you doing, Jersey? Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom. It's Tuesday, July 29th, and you know, it's one of those days around here we have news busting out all over the place. Just down the block from where I'm sitting, former Newark Mayor Sharpe James and his former mistress, Tamika Riley, are sitting before a federal judge awaiting sentencing. James was convicted in April of steering cheap city land parcels to Riley, who then flipped them at big profits. Now, the two sides are arguing right now over an appropriate sentence. Federal prosecutors want about 20 years, and James's attorneys are asking for leniency. Here we see Tamika Riley entering the courthouse this morning. Earlier clip was of James entering. Now, we've gotten some smoke signals already from the judge and some comments by him that may indicate which way he's leaning here. He said earlier during this hearing that in his estimation, James's crimes did not cost the city of Newark any money. Now, whether or not that is an indication that he may go lighter on James' sentences, we'll have to yet to see. Again, this could break out at any minute. We're following it at NJ.com. That leads us to today's featured video. You know, we here in New Jersey are just about desensitized to political corruption. We have seen one politician after another march off to jail. And you know, I think a lot of times these politicians, I've covered some political corruption cases, and a lot of times they think that they're just taking their little piece of the pie and they're not really hurting anyone. Well, the thing is that in every one of these cases, just about everyone, there is someone who gets hurt, someone pays the price. Often it's a little person whose name never gets in the paper. Today we have a video by John Sharpe and Jeff Mays that highlights just one such story in the Sharpe James corruption case. Check it out.
2 years ago, Chapita Garrison and her two daughters moved to an Avon Avenue apartment, one of 9 properties flipped by former Newark Mayor Sharpe James's mistress, Tamika Riley.
I came and picked up my keys and started moving in, and like maybe a month later, that's when I started noticing little stuff. There's a crack here, or that's supposed to be a wall, that's sheetrock.
Instead of renovating the properties as required, Riley sold most of them for more than $600,000 in profits.
I mean, I try to make do with stuff here, but I can't take it no more. I really can't.
Garrison's daughters suffer from elevated lead levels and asthma.
You could hear the mice and everything playing in the walls. And then that's probably where the roaches hide out at. You look close, you can see the sheetrock is still trying to fall going across.
James's attorneys say these properties revitalized Newark, and Garrison says James is only indirectly responsible.
Everything goes back to being dumb and in love with a chick like Tamika Riley. She need to be punished bad. I ain't gonna feel sorry for that at all. She need to be punished bad. Because if she ain't started up, interfere with a married man that was looking for some extra love, this wouldn't be happening at all.
All right, breaking news also this morning, a big story on the business front in New Jersey, a big shakeup. One reporter here called it a bloodletting at Alcatel-Lucent. Among those out is CEO Pat Russo. Now, Russo engineered a big merger with Alcatel, the French company, a few years ago to try to revive Lucent, huge company here in New Jersey. A few moments ago for our On the Beat segment, I spoke with business reporter Joe Perrone, who covered Lucent for a number of years, to get the lowdown on this. Check it out. Joe, among those stepping down is the CEO, Pat Russo, who orchestrated this deal a couple years ago to try to really revive Lucent. What's the backstory on Russo?
Well, Russo became a star at IBM when women really struggled. In fact, she had customers who actually said to her, I'm not going to buy products from a woman, and she proved herself there. She also proved herself at AT&T. She turned around their business networking department. She took over to clean up the mess from CEO Rich McGinn, who left the company in just disastrous condition. She tried to work out this deal with Alcatel, a French company. Some French companies have great managers, such as Renault. Unfortunately, Alcatel is not among them, and you can see the result.
How much of this is going to be on her head now, and how much is just going to be seen as something she couldn't control?
Well, part of it she could blame on McGinn, but it's been 7, 8 years after the fact, and she had plenty of time to turn around the company, and I'm afraid a lot of it's going to end on her head.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. All right, we're going to wrap things up by taking a look at the comments coming in here on our NJ.com news blog. Lots of people sounding off on the Alcatel-Lucent shakeup. There's a lot of cynicism anytime a CEO walks away from a company like this. Oftentimes they have quite a nice parachute and they do pretty well for themselves. That's reflected in this comment by Scrumfussle, who is appropriately fussy about this. This person says, I wonder how many millions she'll walk away with as a parting gift from this floundering company. Link Edit has another comment saying, you can say what you want about this chick, but the fact is that telcos aren't building facilities and networks like they were in the 90s. Unfortunately, that is what this company relied on. All right, that's going to wrap things up here at Ledger Live. Again, we are still waiting for that Sharpe James sentence to come down. We have 2 reporters sitting in that courtroom with BlackBerries, and we'll have it the second it's posted at NJ.com. Also, when it does come in, I will sit down with columnist Joan Whitlow, who covered Sharpe James for many years, and we're going to post that conversation also on our blog at nj.com/ledgerlive. Until then, let's keep in touch. Shoot us your photos, your videos, your emails. Send them to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com or log on to our news blogs at nj.com and sound off there. All right, Jersey, take it easy.